aggregators and with sales agents. Let's talk fees. So
let's talk fees.
Let's talk fees. It's money. So what can a filmmaker expect to be charged on a percentage? And are there other fees like marketing fees and aggregator fees?
The size of the fee on the let's talk domestic first. The size of the fee is partly corresponds to the size of the advance.
Okay.
If there's a very big advance, this distributor should be allowed to have fuller fees, if you will.
What's a fuller fee? Are we talking 20%? Are we talking 30%?
More like that.
Okay.
27.5, 30, maybe even a little more.
What's the highest?
Highest these days, rarely, but sometimes 35.
Okay, so just want people to be aware if they get a contract for 50%, you're getting taken advantage of.
That's right.
What's the lowest fee? Would it be going to the agency route, 10%?
That's different. If you do something called a non-MG situation.
Yes, correct. No advance, no money paid up front.
But you're making a sale to a domestic distribution company, but there's no advance or MG. Therefore, you have a case to bring the fee down. It'll never come down to 10, but you might be able to get it to somewhere between 15 and 25.
Okay, if no advance was paid.
But you're technically making a sale to a distribution company. You've made the decision, hey, I have my best shot of making money. I'm not good by not taking an advance, but getting lower fees.
Right.
They're going to put up enough P&A to get the film to work, and it makes sense for me to
trust this person and to assign the rights and let them have a shot. So
it's a tough call.
But I would say a lot of independent film, I mean, I know pre-2008, everyone was getting MGs and advances, but when you say most independent films at this stage without cast are not seeing MGs these days?
May I tell a story?
Please.
You may remember this. Somebody once came to me about 20 years ago and said, I'd like your advice. I had the opportunity to invest in an independent film. I said, tell me about the film. They said, well, it's the script's kind of crazy. Well, the film is in black and white. There's no stars, and it's a first-time director. Should I invest? And I said, absolutely not. Well, the name of that film was Pi, and the name of that director was Darren Aronofsky. So
wow,
it does happen. But for every Pi, there's, hundreds of films that does not work. And
that's right.
That's why I say cast. You've got, and I don't mean, with all due respect to the man, Eric Roberts or somebody like that, I mean significant cast that's going to move the needle.
Got it. Okay, now that's totally fair. So what about aggregator fees? What are those looking like these days?
That can be lower because that's more of a service situation. They're in a way. They actually could buy. Gravitas has moved more towards being a distributor as well.
Okay.
But if they're just performing an aggregation service for you, it should be lower.
Is that generally a flat fee, or is that a percentage of sales for them?
It's usually a percentage of sales. I'd like you to triple check that with them,
right?
But,
or unless you're going with a distributor or something.
That's right.
Then it's a fee-based, flat fee.
Yeah, that's true too. But if you just do that kind of low service-based deal with an aggregator, who's going to do your theatrical? Someone's got to place that film in the 10 theaters and the 10 markers out of the top 20.
Right.
They can do that for you, but they're going to want a higher fee.
Right. They're going to want to charge for it.
Yes.
So, but that, again, back to the fees and back to kind of maybe hidden fees that filmmakers don't think about when they sign these sales agent contracts. Sometimes you won't get a minimum guarantee and you'll have a fee of 20 to 30%. And then there's other line items that can be added, like marketing fees. What should those look like? What's a floor and a ceiling?
That's more on the foreign sales side.
Right. So what can we expect?
They will try to hit you for some sort of marketing fee to cover their costs at festivals
attending
and such,
markets, yeah.
Try to not commit. Try to negotiate away from this.
Right.
You can get out of that. That'd be terrific. If you have to have it, be relentless in policing what they're going to charge you, because they can put that fee can put you in a position where you'll never see anything.
Correct. So great. That brings me to a really interesting point. If you are being charged, $50,000 marketing fee on a really tiny film, obviously you should, never accept a first offer and always try to negotiate that down, because if your film is $200,000, $50,000 in marketing is a quarter of your budget. But I think the thing a lot of independent filmmakers don't know is that you can negotiate and you can provide your own materials, because who knows your film better than your editor or your director or your DP, and they can kind of help you assemble a trailer or a teaser, or maybe you had a really, incredible editor who also happens to be a graphic designer who can do your key art. Would you recommend that filmmakers try to come in with their own key art and teaser trailer to support the film, or would you always have them step back and let the foreign sales agent and domestic sales take complete control over the marketing tools?
I never wanted to let anybody take complete control over my film.
Agreed. Because who knows it better than you?
You have to watch, always watch. If you make a domestic deal, even if they've paid you a lot of money, you have to have consultancies. Meaningful consultation is what it's called.
Approvals.
Either approvals or meaningful consultation, where they have to talk to you and
run the materials by you. Okay.
It's hard to get full approval over these things if they've put up a significant advance.
Try for it, but.
That's right. But at least make sure they're talking to you on a regular basis and they're running things by you.
Sure. Would you say that it's worth filmmakers to take a shot to submit their own key art and trailers? Do you think there's a 50-50 chance?
If you have it already, there's different kinds of trailers.
Sure.
Trailers or promos to sell the film is one thing. A trailer to run in theaters or online to get people to come to the theater is another.
Completely different.
They're going to want to do their own.
Right.
I would let them do it.
Okay. But for foreign, maybe,
Foreign, maybe a different story. Depends on who your distributor is. If you're dealing with an A-league distributor, it's very much like what we're talking about. If you're talking about a smaller foreign sales company, maybe you do want to use your own
team,
your own art, your own trailer.
Okay. I mean, I would just say from my personal experience and the advice that we discussed when I was selling my film, when I was at AFM, meeting with sales agents, the thing that really helped me was having a 3.5-minute really significant sizzle reel that you can walk into meetings and show on an iPad and get sales agents excited about it.
That was a sizzle reel,
correct,
or a promo, but it's not necessarily a trailer.
Exactly. Yeah. But to that point, I would say, maybe finding a little bit of extra money for your editor and having really, all different versions cut, if you can afford it, a 30-second quick teaser that could go to TV.
Put it in the budget of the production.
Correct. So I would say as long as you have an editor on your staff, try to get a 30-second teaser and then go for a 2-minute, proper theatrical trailer, then go for a 3.5-minute distributor trailer, which can be used to attract distributors like Gary, or even for your foreign sales agent to use with foreign buyers. Because a lot of times those tools don't go away. They stay helpful. And I mean, would you agree?
I would basically agree.
All right. Perfect.